Caremore and Anthem's broker training. Today I'm going to go over Caremore's benefits and some information that you're going to need to know, and I'm going to give you some takeaways on different presentation skills that you can take and review for yourself depending on what you plan to do with your business in the future. I overheard you both saying that you're not licensed at the moment, but you're looking to get licensed. That's wonderful news. I think you'll see that you'll benefit from it. My husband is actually currently getting licensed as well. Really? So it's up and coming. It's a good business to be in. Everybody needs health insurance, right? So I just wanted to also just mention that there is a lot of help out there. As you can see, remind me your name.
Richard.
Richard is able to answer a lot of your questions. I'm able to answer your questions. Yvonne, lots of help out there. You just have to solicit it. You know, ask for help. I'm sure everybody has a different answer, but it'll end up turning out to be right around the same answer. So it all depends on what you're looking for. So welcome and thank you for coming in. I just want to get your names as well.
Candy.
Candy.
Yes.
And
I'm Tom.
Tom.
Yep.
Nice to meet both of you. Okay. So we just did introductions. We're going to go through the brief history of Caremore and how we became Anthem. And then we'll talk about the Caremore model. We'll do product and benefit review. What's in it for you? We'll take some questions and answers. And then I'll do a virtual care center tour, which is a video that we have on here. And then afterwards, I'm going to quickly play the sales presentation compliance video that once you are selling and you're out in the market doing presentations on Caremore, we do ask that you play this video for your clients or for your prospective clients so that you stay compliant with CMS and there's no question about ethics or anything like that. Okay. So a brief history on Caremore. Caremore was founded in 1993 in Southern California in a small county called Downey. We quickly expanded into Whittier, Long Beach, and downtown LA. And then we created our Medicare Advantage programs in 2003. In 2007, we created our special needs plans, our chronic special needs plans, which we are going to go over today. And you'll see that the benefit of those plans are the fact that you're able to sell them all year round. It's not necessary for you to wait till open enrollment to sell Caremore plans. You can actually sell them all year long. So that's the benefit of those. And then in 2009, we expanded outside of Southern California into Arizona, Nevada, Virginia, and Northern California for our Medicare market. And then for our Medicaid market, we expanded out into Iowa, Tennessee, and this year we will be in Texas. So we are quickly growing. In 2011, we were purchased by WellPoint, which is now Anthem. So that's Anthem Blue Cross, not Blue Shield. There's a difference. And in 2017, we started our integration process, where Anthem was able to rename all of Caremore's products to begin with Anthem. So all of Caremore's products that started with Caremore Breathe, Caremore Heart, now are named Caremore Heart, Anthem Heart, Anthem Breathe, Anthem Diabetes. So all the plans were renamed to Anthem. In the Medicare and You book, your clients won't be able to find us under Caremore anymore. They're going to find us under Anthem. So if there's any question about that, hopefully that clarifies a little bit on where to find us, where to find Caremore plans. Any questions? I know that's a little bit of...
Why did he start in 93? Why did he start Caremore? So
in 1993, he he decided to start Caremore because he found that in order to improve the health of the population, he felt that we needed to improve the health of the individual. So we have to start with one person and help that one person's health in order to help anybody else. So that's why he felt it was necessary to start Caremore, and he did, and he's done a great job. We do a lot of preventative care. We're very patient-centric. So I want to ask you a question on this picture, on this slide. What stands out to you the most? It's not a trick question. There's no wrong or right answer, but what do you think stands out to you the most?
Care team, care center.
Okay. So that's good. I'm glad that you pointed that out, because I want you to know that the care team in our care center, along with our extensivists, our primary care providers, and our case management teams, we all work together for the one person or the family in the middle. We're very patient-centric. We take very much in consideration our patients' wants, their needs, and their families' wants and their needs. We keep everybody in communication in the loop. Okay? Hi, welcome. So that's basically our model of care. We are very patient-centric, and we are preventative-driven. We do this by including our primary care providers. So everything that they would receive at our care centers is in addition to what they would receive with their primary care providers. So you've got your primary care provider, we've got our case management team. Our case management team is literally the glue that holds it all together. They do all the authorizations, any ordering of durable medical equipment, any outpatient paperwork that they need to take care of, any billing information, referrals, all that good stuff. The case managers take care of that. Our extensivists are much like glorified hospitalists. Not only do they do rounds at the hospitals, but they also do rounds at our care centers, at skilled nursing facilities, and also at the patient's home. I got a call from a broker this morning, and he was telling me, I sell mostly in Southern Orange County, so Caremore, you guys don't have care centers down there, so I really don't push Caremore that much. And I explained to him, I think you're limiting yourself a little bit, because now Caremore offers mobile care. So mobile care is part of our care center care team, where if the client needs an appointment and can't get to our care center, it's too far or whatever it is, we will come to them. So like in the olden days when you see in the movies the doctor's knocking on the door, I'm here to take care of you, we're bringing that back. It's a great service, it's well received, and it helps our clients maintain their appointments, because obviously they're not coming to us, we're coming to them. It's really good service. So I explained to the gentleman, I said, I don't want you to limit yourself. I want you to always remember that we have that mobile care where we can go to them.
What's the range? Is it just California or just?
So there is no range. If they are in, Orange County, we cover the entire county. If they're in Los Angeles County, we cover the entire Los Angeles County. And then the other county in Southern California would be San Bernardino County. San Bernardino County is one of the largest counties. It goes all the way out to Arizona and Nevada. So we have to cover all that. Per CMS rules, we need we need to have that service available for everybody within those counties, as long as there are members. Okay.
Those are the only 3 counties that it's available in Southern California.
In Southern California, correct. For 2018.
For 2018.
Correct.
You plan to expand to other states?
Stay tuned.
Lots of other states coming down the line. I can't say any of them at the moment, but in October you guys will learn the new states and the new counties. Okay. Any questions about our care model?
Ishaan, just knowing all of them, all the people here are pretty new, would you kind of step back a little bit and talk in terms of how the primary care works relative to the care centers and the care team, how that works?
Sure. So our primary care providers, like I said earlier, we work very closely with them.
Are they independent or are they employed by?
They are actually contracted by Caremore to be the primary care providers for us, for our clients.
And they are spread throughout the counties, right?
They are all throughout the counties,
Yeah,
yes.
everywhere there. That's the primary care. And then what happens after they go to the primary care, and then what happens from there?
So usually when you sign your client up onto Caremore, we ask you to take the very first step in helping them create their very first appointment with us, which is called a Healthy Start appointment. Once they get that Healthy Start appointment, then they can go to their primary care physician. We've noticed that if they set up an appointment with their primary care physician without going to our Healthy Start appointment at the care center or at their home, the primary care physician will say, you need to go and do your Healthy Start appointment first. Why is that? It's because we take almost an hour to an hour and a half with each and every single new member to review their health history, to review everything that we do. And I'm going to go through our slide on Healthy Start of exactly what we do during the slide. And so the provider asks them to do the Healthy Start appointment first. And why is that? It's because we collect all the information and we give it to the provider. So what's that doing? It's saving the provider time so that they can see other patients that aren't necessarily with Caremore. And so that's basically he can bill for other people's services. It's where we're saving time for the primary care physician. That's fine. Alright, so let's go into the Healthy Start appointment. So the Healthy Start appointment is where it all begins with Caremore. Like I mentioned earlier, we do ask that you take that extra step when you do an enrollment. We ask you to take the extra step to call our Healthy Start appointment line and set up that appointment for your clients with us. That gives us the opportunity to get to know your clients and them to get to know all the services that we have to offer. During the Healthy Start appointment, we do a comprehensive health assessment, which includes their history, medical history. We do on-site lab and diagnostic testing. Obviously, if we're in their home, we won't be able to do the diagnostic, the on-site labs and diagnostic testing. We'll set up a different appointment for that. But if they're at our care center, the diagnostic tests and lab services are on-site, and we can get the results within 10 minutes. We do enroll your clients into any Caremore programs as needed or as wanted. And we do an extensive prescription review. So we do ask your clients to bring in their medications, all of their medications, so that we can have our pharmacists and our doctors sit down and review every single one of their medication. You ask, why do we do that? We do that because we know that there's a lot of people out there that are over-medicated, taking medications that aren't necessary, spending a lot of money that isn't necessary. So I've seen clients walk in to that appointment with 27 medications and walk out with 7. So you ask yourself, how does that make them feel? They're taking so many medications that aren't necessary. That's helping their health. Ultimately, after they're not taking these medications, they're feeling a lot better. We also develop patient-focused care plans, recommend any office visits to primary care physicians, or let's say they need to see a specialist, we'll help them get the referrals for the specialist. And then we'll escalate any special instances to regional medical officers. We'll also discuss advanced directives and end-of-life care, and possibly transition people that need to be on our touch plan. Our touch plan is our ISNP plan. It's a institutionalized special needs plan, and unfortunately that's the only plan that you as brokers, or once you become brokers, you won't be able to sell directly into that plan. Okay?
Won't be able to, or we will
No.
not.
Correct. Oh, last thing about the Healthy Start appointment. So once your client becomes a member, the very first appointment is the Healthy Start appointment. This appointment is also done every year on their anniversary, and it's called the Healthy Journey appointment. So they do this review every single year. And it does not take place of their physical with their primary care physician. It's in addition to. Okay? We're gonna go ahead and watch a quick member testimonial real quick.
I'm always advocating healthy living, and exercise is a very vital part. I mean, I still live a full life. When I leave the gym in the afternoon, I go home. I do all the maintenance around the house, cut my own grass. I've got an organic vegetable garden. Life is good, and I think the Caremore Center is a definite major part of my plan to stay healthy. Well, when I get up in the morning, if I'm not headed to a nifty after 50, I feel like my day is pretty much wasted. I've been going to the Caremore Center 4 to 5 times a week. Good program, good workouts. I call it my second home. My home away from home.
So that brings me to the Nifty After 50s. This gentleman seems to really like our Nifty After 50s, and he's not the only one. Our Nifty After 50 is our gym membership that is included in all of Caremore's plans. So at the Nifty After 50s, you'll find a Nifty After 50 either right next to a Caremore Care Center or within a mile radius from the Caremore Care Centers. So all of our clients and members have access to the Nifty After 50s at no cost. At the Nifty After 50, there's a certified kinesiologist that is there to help them with working out, telling them what to do, how to lift properly. If you have any questions, what's that?
Like personal trainer?
It is a personal trainer.
Oh.
It is a personal trainer free for our members.
When you say Nifty 50, that means
Nifty After 50.
that mean when you turn 50, you're qualified?
No, it's just the name of that.
That's right.
It's just the name. Just the name of the gym membership that we use.
Okay.
At the Nifty After 50s, our kinesiologists work very closely with our care center team to create customized workout plans, nutritional eating habits. So they'll help them do all of that, especially for our diabetic members. That we offer all of that for them, in addition to, their health insurance plan. Also, when they sign up for the Nifty After 50, they're going to be issued a key fob. The key fob it's a great little feature because what it does is we can upload their workout program onto the key fob. They'll take it, they'll plug it into the machine, and the machine will adjust to exactly where they need to do their workout. It'll tell them, okay, now do 5 reps.
Wow.
They'll do 5 reps, and it'll actually even record the workout, and then once they're done with their workout, we take it and we plug it into our doctor's machine, and it uploads the information, and it prompts question for our doctors. Hey, Mr. Smith, I noticed that you were only able to do 5 leg presses. It states here that you should have been able to do 10. Do you have some pain? What's going on? So it prompts those types of questions and helps us get them back to where they need to be.
They have no excuse not to get fit, huh?
Yes.
Are the
They
facilities, you said within a mile of the care facility?
Yes, usually
Or
within
sometimes in the care facility?
yes,
Is
right
it-
next door.
way
It's
down?
either, so in our
So it's not a separate?
Baldwin Hills, it is a separate.
Oh,
So in our Baldwin Hills Care Centers, we just built that care center last year. Their Nifty After 50 is literally inside the same building as our Caremore Care Center office. Everybody else is pretty much either right next door or within a mile radius. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but our founder, Dr. Sheldon Zimberg, he is the owner of Nifty After 50s. So you also, Nifty After 50s, if you're not a Caremore member, you can buy in and be a member of that gym. I think it's like $35 a month to join the gym membership. But as a Caremore member, you get it for free.
So once, if your spouse 65 or older, then the wife or the husband can join, or she or he has to be 65?
So in order to become a Caremore member, you need to have your Part A and Part B Medicare. So you can get that either by being aging in 65, or you can be disabled for 2 or more years and apply for your Part B, and you can get it like that as well. And if they have their A and B, they can qualify for Caremore. So we're going to talk about special election periods. Special election periods are periods outside of open enrollment when a Medicare recipient may enroll into a Medicare Advantage plan. So I know since you're all new here, open enrollment for Medicare is from October 15th through December 7th. That's where they're able to elect any plan. They can change plans at that time. Okay? So there's different special election periods outside of open enrollment that people can use to change plans. For example, a common special election period would be a change of address. Changing of address will allow them to make a change. That address needs to be changed with Medicare, and it has to be into a different service area. Okay? Another common special election are those that have Medi-Medi or full duals. People that have Medicare and Medi-Cal together are able to change. And currently they're able to change every single month if they want. I believe next year it's going to change to quarterly. So they won't have that much advantage, but they'll still be able to change quite a few. Another common special election is a loss of health coverage. So if they're losing health coverage or the prescription coverage, they would be eligible for a change in health plan as well. And then the last one, and the one that Caremore focuses on, are people that qualify for special needs plans. So people that qualify for special needs are people that are either diabetic, have a heart condition, have a breathing condition, or have end-stage renal disease. So those are common special elections. So For chronic special needs plans, the special election, so to qualify for special needs plans, your client must have received treatment for the condition within the last 12 months. A doctor's appointment or a medication qualifies. Multiple conditions equals multiple opportunities to change plans. So let's just say you have a client that has diabetes and has a heart condition. Last month, they changed onto scan because of their diabetes. But, you know, they may not be happy and they want to change on to Caremore. Caremore has a heart plan, and since they have a heart condition, they would be able to change to Caremore.
Could they change to the Caremore diabetes plans in that example that you gave? They're with the scan diabetes plan and they want to change to Caremore diabetes plan.
So in CMS's eyes, they can't use that same condition to change, but they can change because of their heart, and we can put them later onto a diabetes plan.
Okay, and if they are Medi, because they can currently change every month, they could change over to you anyway.
That's correct.
At which point you could put them onto the diabetes plan if you wished.
That is correct.
If the doctor saw justified it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's correct. So, and you bring up also a great point. This is why we ask you guys to help us create that very first appointment, because at that point is where we will confirm diagnosis of any of these conditions. So this will help us determine the best plan that they should be on within Caremore. Okay? Questions on that? Okay. All right. So we're gonna go into the Anthem diabetes plan. This plan has been designed for people who have been diagnosed with diabetes type 1 or type 2. A diagnosis of pre-diabetic will not qualify your clients for this plan unless they are prescribed metformin. So let's just say you have a client that goes to the doctor, and the doctor has been watching their blood sugars for a few months, and they see it's raising, and they say, oh, you know what, you're right on the line, you're pre-diabetic. And the doctor says, oh, but I want you to just exercise more and eat healthier. They would not qualify for this plan because they are just pre-diabetic. But if the doctor says, you know what, your blood sugars are high enough, I am going to prescribe you metformin.
That's the only one.
Metformin is the only one for pre-diabetics. Diabetes, any type of insulin that they be taking, that they'll be taking, would qualify for this plan. Okay? The insulins that we use are Humulin and Humalog. Okay? And those are covered at no cost to your client. So, benefits of this plan is no co-pays for specialists. We do offer free diabetic shoes every 2 years. The diabetic shoes can be very costly, and they're really good for anybody that has sores on their feet or those bunions. I think some plans are charging right around $250 for diabetic shoes, and we offer them for free. Free diabetic testing supplies, that includes the monitor. 0 copay for insulin on tier 6. So those are the Humulins and the Humalogs. Routine podiatry and toenail trimmings. Those are the services that they're going to receive with Caremore at the care centers. So we do offer routine podiatry. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. I had a client that when she was diabetic, she went in for her routine toenail trimming. She got her toenails trimmed every 2 weeks, I think it was. So she went in for her toenail trimming. with our doctors. The doctors did a quick assessment of her feet to see how she's doing, and they found a needle about that long in her foot. Does anybody know why she didn't feel the needle?
It's neuropathy.
Neuropathy. So
She had a what?
neuropathy. So neuropathy is common in diabetics. They can't feel, they don't have sensation in their hands and in their feet. And that's why we offer at Caremore the routine podiatry and toenail trimmings, because they don't have the sensation. So we have to check it for them. So she got the needle pulled out by the doctor, we cleaned it up, and she was on her way. What would have happened if we didn't find that needle, or if she didn't come in for a toenail trimming?
How often can you do a nail trimming?
It all depends. It all depends on the growth of your nails. So if we find some clients come in once a week, some every 2 weeks, some every 3, depends. But what would have happened is that needle would have infected her foot. Her foot would have gotten really bad, probably amputation, possibly, who knows? So again, these are the preventative services that we offer at our care centers to keep your clients healthy and out of the hospital and no chopping of limbs. Okay? Again, we talked about wound care. The wound care was part of the needle being pulled out and getting it all cleaned up. Nutritional counseling at our Nifty After 50s and with our nutritionists at our care centers. We do also offer the strength and exercise programs and then the self-management techniques. We find that a lot of the new diabetics that are just newly diagnosed with diabetes are petrified of needles. They don't want to inject themselves. So we help them manage through that via classes and different techniques and showing them how to do it. Get over that feeling. Alright, so the Anthem Heart Plan. Qualifying conditions, the list is super long. So if you come across any clients that have any of these conditions, chronic heart failure, coronary artery disease, cardiac arrhythmia, pulmonary hypertension, they have had blood clots more than once. These are the different diagnoses that would qualify your clients for this plan. So our care team will work closely with your cardiologist by providing additional services that support and maintain your overall health and wellness and improve your quality of life. We do this with our electronic weight and monitoring scale. So those that have congestive heart failure, the doctor will, if he deems it necessary, will assign them an electronic weight monitoring scale. So what that scale does is they take it home and they're instructed to step on the scale once at night and once in the morning. So if your client gains anywhere between 3 and 5 pounds overnight, that could be a sign of them retaining fluids around their heart, which is very fatal. So the scale will register and record their weight at night and their weight in the morning, and it sends the information to our care center team, and they'll look at it. If there's a fluctuation in weight that grants a phone call and gets them into the either hospital, it all depends. So if they're feeling horrible, we'll have them come in to the doctor, we'll come and see them, or we'll ask them to go to the hospital. So again, those are preventative measures to help keep your clients healthy and catch anything before it's too late. And it's the same thing with our electronic blood pressure monitor. We find that a lot of people are misdiagnosed with high blood pressure and they don't truly have high blood pressure. Many people go into the doctor's office and they get anxious, which raises their blood pressure. It's not necessarily because they have high blood pressure, it's because they're anxious. I know it happens with me. So I know I've had many doctors say, oh, you have high blood pressure. No, I actually don't.
Same here, when I went to, my, get my crown,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to be on time, then of course they took my blood pressure and what, how come you have high blood pressure?
Yeah.
So they just let me sit for 10-15 minutes and I'm normal.
Yeah. So that's how the same thing that we do with our electronic blood pressure monitors. We send them home with the blood pressure monitor. They sit at home in front of their TV in the comfort of their own home. We take their blood pressure and we get a true reading. We also have enhanced nutritional training for those that are on our heart plan as well. I will send out an email with a list of the qualifying conditions so that you can have them in reference to them when you guys are doing enrollments, okay? Anthem Breathe Plan. So the program provides your client with empowerment skills and self-management techniques that can be applied immediately to their daily routine. The 5 qualifying conditions for this plan is asthma, chronic bronchitis, emphysema, pulmonary fibrosis, and COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It doesn't fit on my page, that's why I didn't put it on there. So those are the 5 qualifying conditions for our Anthem Breathe plan. Okay. So benefits of this plan is that they get comprehensive pulmonary medical assessments, specialized breathing tests. A lot of people would think, well, wouldn't they get specialized breathing tests at their primary care physician's office? Yeah, sure, they could, but a lot of doctors, we find that they don't do it because the machines are costly and it takes a lot of time. So they just don't do it. Which is not the case at our Caremore care centers. We do specialized breathing tests there to help them get better on their asthma or chronic bronchitis, whatever they're needing it for. We also have a smoking cessation program that is a great program. We offer Chantix. Chantix is very expensive, and we offer it for free at our care centers for those that do want to stop smoking. So that's another great benefit. So just quickly, I'm going to show you these medications are indicators that your client may qualify for the Anthem Breathe plan. Just a few that are on here, albuterol, Singulair, Symbicort. Those are some of the common ones. But I'll send also this out so that you guys can have it as a reference as well. And last but not least is our Anthem End-Stage Renal Disease Plan, or ESRD plan. This plan was designed exclusively for the needs of any Medicare beneficiary who has been diagnosed by their doctor with end-stage renal disease requiring dialysis, any mode of dialysis. Caremore contracts with DaVita dialysis facilities that contract with Medicare. So if you do come across any clients that have end-stage renal disease, some may have had a kidney transplant, just so long as in our system, when we go and verify their eligibility, it shows that they have end-stage renal disease, they would qualify for this plan. And it does not have to be a new condition. It can be a pre-existing condition and they can switch on to this plan. Okay? Ongoing evaluations of dialysis treatments is done by our care centers. We have additional education materials. Dialysis copay is a huge one, which is $0. I know some health plans are charging $35 for dialysis. And just keep in mind, usually people with end-stage renal disease go for dialysis 3 to 5 times a week. So think about how much they're paying out of pocket for those copays. We have 0 copay for 150 one-way trips to plan-approved locations. That includes our DaVita dialysis facilities. And then another great benefit, and this is for all of our plans, is the 0 copay for 2 digital hearing aids from the approved list once every 3 years. It's a huge benefit for us. They are rechargeable hearing aids, so they don't need to worry about the costly batteries.
My dad needs to.
And also, they are Bluetooth enabled. Okay. So that's our end-stage renal disease plan. This is just our benefit highlights and the different co-pays that they would receive or they would have to pay if they were on each one of these plans. So you can see here the Anthem diabetes, heart and breathe, and the end-stage renal disease. It's cut in the middle here. If the copay is in the middle, it applies to both. If it's on different sides of the line, this one will apply to this, and that one will apply to that. So just a quick review, it's a monthly premium is 0. Their out-of-pocket maximum right now is $1,900. Primary care physician copay is $0. Specialist is 0. Inpatient hospital for our breathe, heart, and diabetes plan is 0. And then for our end-stage renal disease, it's days 1 through 5, it's $50 per day. And days 6 through 90, it's $0 per day. Emergency room copay is $100, however, it is waived if they are admitted. So if it's a true emergency, we don't want them running to the hospital for a cough or a cold. If it's a true emergency, it will be waived if they are admitted. Urgent care is a 0 copay. I can show you the prescription copays tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is all listed here. So 1 is 0, 2 is $750, 3 is $37.50, 4 is $85, 5 is 33%, and 6 is 0. Quick thing to note, if they do decide to do mail orders, they can pay 2 copays for a 3-month supply. So it's another way that they can save money. And here for outpatient surgery, it is a 0 copay. Ambulatory surgical center is a 0 copay. Ambulance here, this is another one that I like to point out, is $100 copay, but again, it is waived if they're admitted. We don't want them using it as a taxi. Diagnostic radiologic procedures is 0 copay. And then the big one down here is the therapeutic shoes and dialysis, 0 copays. So just a quick reminder, all members with Caremore have access to all of our care centers. So they aren't assigned to a specific care center. They can bounce between different care centers. Let's say they live in Westminster, they can go either to Long Beach or to the Santa Ana or to the Serrano, whichever one is closest to them or most convenient to them. So at our care centers, we do the wound care, fall prevention programs, smoking cessation programs, toenail trimmings, behavioral health services, nutritional consultations. Social workers and case managers are there during business hours. So this is the list of the different vendors that we use. So Strength and Exercise is either Nifty After 50 or Silver Sneakers. On the Silver Sneakers, it's our
I saw that
Start
at
Smart program.
Silver Sneakers at 24-hour fitness.
That's right. We do Silver Sneakers contracts with 24-hour fitness. So our Start Smart program would be the plan that they can use the Silver Sneakers. So if they really want Silver Sneakers, you would choose Start Smart for them. We have our 24-hour provider helpline online. Live Health Online is for those techie savvy seniors. They want to see their doctor from their computer screen. They have that option as well. We have round trip transportations provided by Lyft. Basic dental and optional dental upgrades are provided by Liberty Dental. Chiropractic services by Ash. Hearing aids is provided by Hearing Care Solutions. And then our vision is provided by Blue View Vision. And then Express Scripts for prescriptions. So once you guys are licensed and ready to go, Caremore does offer sales events. We'll invite you to a sales event, or we can help you create a sales event to grow your business. The way it works, once the sales event is in place, if there's an on-site enrollment, you keep the sale and you fax it in and you're good to go. However, if there are leads generated at the event, we'll take the leads, we'll call the leads for you and set in-home appointments for you. All that we ask from you is to provide us your availability for the next week after the appointment so that we can work around your schedule. Okay? And then obviously during the in-home appointment, once you close the sale, you keep the sale and you submit it as you would normally do.
The leads, you talk about, we work leads generate and send you in home. The leads that you provide, the lead that we.
So during a sales event, obviously the point of a sales event is either to collect an enrollment or collect a lead, right? So if you can't get an enrollment, we'll resort to a lead and try and build the relationship and get you more business, right? So we're there collecting leads with you. Those leads, we will take and we'll call all of those leads for you and set in-home appointments for you.
You talk about in a public place like Walmart and.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, at a community center,
You
at a
pay for
senior
it?
center.
You pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
So one of Caremore reps, and let's just say in a couple of months I get a license, so one of the Caremore reps and I can just go and I will generate the leads.
So obviously the goal is to generate the sale on site. If the sale doesn't happen, we'll resort to a lead. Those leads will collect and we'll call those leads for you and set up the appointments for you.
How often do you have the sales event?
We have every day if you want.
Really?
Yeah, it really all depends how strong you or how much you want to grow your business. So I know this week we had 14 events. We had 2 each day.
Like where? I mean, beside Walmart. I mean,
We contract for Caremore. We contract with CVS. We contract with Vallartas. We contract with different grocery stores. We also have relationship with senior centers, community centers. We have relationships with the VA facility, also Alzheimer's Association, Latino Health Access. The possibilities are endless. We have a lot of different relationships.
so we cannot join the sales event until we have a license? Or can we
Correct.
go?
And do you keep the name Caremore, or are you
Anthem.
Anthem Blue Cross?
So that's our Caremore facilities are called Caremore. The actual insurance is Anthem. You'll see on their membership card when you enroll your clients, it'll say Anthem and Caremore. So it's co-branded.
Because Anthem bought Caremore.
That is correct. Yep. Any other questions? Okay, we'll watch a quick care center tour.
We take care of all of your medical needs. Today we will be providing you with a tour and highlighting some of the programs that Caremore has to offer. So welcome. This state-of-the-art facility offers you a wonderful place to come and receive care, starting with our anti-glare windows to our anti-static carpet and our doorways and hallways, which are wheelchair accessible. Follow me for your tour. Welcome to our education room. This is where we offer nutritional and educational classes to help control certain conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. Now let's move on. Our Caremore Care Centers offers lab services ranging from diabetes panel to anticoagulation, giving you results in as little as 10 minutes. Now let's go ahead and continue our tour. Welcome to Nifty After 50, an exercise facility built just for you. We have a personalized trainer, also known as a kinesiologist, who is someone that studies body mechanics. Our goal is to offer you a full physical assessment to cater and put together an exercise regimen specifically for you. We use state-of-the-art air-pressured machine to be a little more gentle on your bones. Now let's go ahead and move on to our next service. Assessment is one of our very unique programs available to every new Caremore member. It entitles us to sit with our members for 1 hour to review their medication, review their medical history, and to coordinate their care. Should our members have high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, or diabetes, we have programs to manage those conditions. One of our ways that we do it is we do have our wireless scale and our blood pressure machine, which gives us the opportunity to manage our members from the convenience of their home. This concludes our tour. I hope you enjoyed it and you have a better understanding of the coordination of care that we have with your doctors. Thank you for visiting our Caremore Care Center. This is your home.
Questions that I can answer for you?
Let's assume if there's emergencies and they rush the patient to any hospital nearby. Then what? Is Caremore's doctors going to go and visit the patients, or how from that?
So usually how that works, if there's an emergency, obviously they're going to go to the closest hospital. They will stabilize your clients. And if they need to stay in the hospital long term, they will transfer them to one of our Caremore contracted hospitals, if they're not already at one of our contracted hospitals. If they're already at our contracted hospitals, they'll stay there, and our extensivist and doctors will come and round at the hospitals and see the patients at the hospital.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Any other questions? So I want to just quickly play our compliance video for those of you that are going to be doing sales presentations. This is the video